view. We'll give it a second to get started, like always. After all, it's going up to space. All right, are we ready? This is going to be a quick one tonight, folks. We're running out of daylight. Let's go. Howdy, howdy. How's everyone doing this evening? Back down here at beautiful Lake Mead, enjoying a colorful fall sunset. Look at those pastels out there on the lake. Isn't that beautiful? Hey, you might have been wondering where we've been at. I'm all over the place lately. Not only adventuring, but working on some new projects, as you can see. Why do we have the trailer out here today? Well, we are going to be doing some upgrades on this trailer to help us keep adventuring far, far off the grid. And this is going to be one of them right here, this new Li-Time lithium battery, because we have been having some problems with our old marine deep cycle up in the front here, and it keeps pooping out on us. And then we installed solar up top here too on the trailer, and when that happened, it really fried the old lead acid battery. So we got a new lithium battery that we're going to be throwing up here, and that's going to help us get back off the grid into some more cool adventures. But we are down here at Lake Mead this evening. How's everyone doing? I'm going to pull up the chat, and if you can hear me and see everything okay, go ahead and let me know, because it's hard to see if the volume is working out here or how the screen looks for you folks there at home, because after all, I am way out here at Lake Mead, and sometimes the servers can get a little wonky. So if you're in here watching, go ahead and pop in the chat and let me know. Look at that beautiful view though. We did just miss the sunset because I was out here doing some recording for the trailer, for the battery promo, which you're going to see coming up soon. But we did make our way back down to the lake to see what was going on. And not much happening down here lately. But I'll walk down here and show you this beautiful view. Chris, hear you just fine. Thank you. I appreciate you checking in with us. That is good to hear. You know, sometimes we do these whole live streams and then we'll go home and watch it ourselves on the TV. And it sounds like junk, or you can't hear because the wind is blowing. So always good to hear people check in. Clinton Price, everything is good. Thank you for that. You want to take a peek in our camper here? Everyone always wants to know what it looks like in here. So there you go. It is very compact. We have a little doggy den under here. And I was doing an update video on this trailer. So if you're wondering why the trailer is down here today and what we're doing down here at Lake Mead, no, we aren't camping tonight, even though the weather is about perfect down here. I was just doing an update video for the camper. So we're going to show you everything we've updated on this thing, because this is what helps us get off the grid and get to all these cool ghost towns and explore the history. And it helps us get around Lake Mead here too, because what you see here at the main part of Lake Mead, this is the main beach area here, and right down this way is Lake Mead Marina. Outside of this area, the lake is extremely remote. Everywhere from over the Arizona side up there by Logandale and Overton and all that, it is a vast area. So this little camper helps us get all over the place. And what they tell us on YouTube here is, as you get older, one of the best things you can do is share your knowledge. So I understand you at home there might get a little confused when one day we're covering Lake Mead and the water levels, and then the next day we're at a ghost town, and then we pop in a live stream and I'm here showing you our camper and you're trying to figure out what's going on. But let me assure you, everything is connected, okay? Because we couldn't get to the places we were going without the camper. The camper wouldn't work like it would if I didn't put the solar on there to power our fridge and our battery. So trust me, everything you see on this channel, it's all going to come together at some point for you to click and you say, oh, I see what they're trying to do here. We are like a one-stop off-road history adventure shop here. And oh, by the way, we do cover Lake Mead. So you want to go down by the water line? Let me take a little stroll down here. And we just finished up with the camper update, thankfully, because the sun just set behind the river mountains here. So it's going to start getting dark here very fast. let's go on down to the water, have a little walk and talk. And like always, if anyone in here has any questions for me, or the channel, or Miss Mojo, or the trailer, or anything of that nature, you go ahead and drop those comments down in the chat, and I will pull them up here and answer them the best that I can. And also, if it does get a little wonky down here, it's because the service isn't that great down here at Lake Mead, so sometimes it's going to cut out and the screen might go jittery or black, but just stay tuned, and it pops back on when the service comes up. So I'll go down here by the water so you can get a little view this evening. It is just beautiful down here. Weather is perfect, and the sky is that nice pastel color that we love looking at in the evening so much. And we just were watching the sunset from back up there in the trailer. Let me turn you around here. Whoop, there we go. Yeah, you can see the sun setting behind the mountains there, Mrs. Mojo. And we were just kind of hanging out down here doing a little update video. Chris says hi. Hi to your significant other. Thank you, Chris. That is Mrs. Mojo, aka Rach. And she was down here helping me with the update video because her part of the trailer is on the inside. You know, I make sure that everything on the outside of the trailer, like the electrical and the solar and the fridge and the heater and everything, is working right. And she makes sure that the inside is nice and cozy for us and the dogs, and that we have all the snacks we need. So got a nice little dynamic, you know. Here we are coming down to the water, and I hope I don't lose you. I hope I don't lose the service. Still got some folks coming in on their boats for this evening. And this is a lovely view. So what's everyone been up to lately? Have you been wondering where we've been at? We've been on the road. We took quite a long trip. It was a huge circle through Nevada. We started out in Las Vegas, went up through Goldfield and Tonopah, all the way up to Carson City, and we went over to Virginia City. We came back down, checked out a lot of places like the Donovan Mill, which is a working mill. You can actually go in there and see the stamp mill work like it did back in the day. Came all the way back down the 395 through California, through the Eastern Sierra Gateway, back through Pahrump, and back to Las Vegas. And it took us just a little bit over 2 weeks. So we're a little bushed. I know we haven't been doing many videos, haven't been doing many updates, but we have been replenishing our content tank and getting some new ideas on the road, getting all fueled back up. And we're going to hope to make some more exciting content for you lately. But we can't do that unless you let us know what you want to see. So I know a lot of folks come here for the Lake Mead updates. If you check the community page, I just put up a poll, and I was very happily surprised to see that some folks want to see another ghost town or mining video. And we really enjoy making those and exploring the old abandoned ghost towns and mines. But we also know that a lot of you folks love seeing Lake Mead, and you love knowing what's going on down here. So don't worry, we aren't going to abandon our roots at Lake Mead. Matter of fact, if you want to know what's been going on down here, I can tell you right now, not too much, okay? We've had some pretty significant storm systems and some real heavy lightning storms come through here. It was pretty incredible, the way that the lightning was flashing back and forth over the lake here. When I go back and edit this video, I will pop up some viewer clips of that weather, the wild weather. But despite all that rain and stuff, some of you that watch the extreme weather channels might have seen we've had quite a bit of extreme weather come through the Southwest. Arizona was getting hit hard. We were getting dumped on for a while. Despite all that, not much has been going on here. We have gained about 2 feet in elevation at Lake Mead here since my last update, which I believe it was back in September. I did do a water level update as part of one of the boat wreck videos. So back then the water level was at 1055 elevation. That's 1,055 feet above sea level. And today when I checked, it is at 1,057 feet. So it has gone up 2 feet since then. And of course, you already know what I'm going to say if you watch this channel. If you look upstream at Lake Powell, that's supplying Lake Mead here, guess how much Lake Powell has dropped? Did you say 2 feet? You would have been right. So yep, we lost 2 feet upstream at Powell, came down here to Lake Mead, we gained 2 feet at Lake Mead, And of course, all that local rain and storms, it really didn't do much to bolster Lake Mead's level. And we are kind of stuck in a stalemate at this point because none of the river compact states really want to work together. And in fact, the upper basin has kind of gone off and done their own thing. Up in Colorado, they're planning on diverting more water east of the Rockies. If some of you have watched my original Lake Mead videos, you know that the Continental Divide is what determines which way the water and the snowpack goes down the Rocky Mountains. Well, what they have done up there is they've actually taken water that usually goes to the west side of the Rockies and they diverted it back east. And now they are trying to build another diversion and reservoir on the going to supply the east side of the Rockies. So that, of course, is going to cause even more problems here at Lake Mead. We can't really stand to lose any more of the supply upstream than we already are. But at the same time, the upper basin has said, you know what, enough is enough. We're kind of sick of all this bickering going on down there. No one wants to do anything, so we're just going to do our own thing anyways. So this is why we haven't been covering the water situation. Nothing's really been going on. Hasn't been that exciting. So the other part of that is, for some reason, YouTube is so wonky since the update with all the AI changes and the underage viewer changes and everything. I don't know if you people keep up on what's going on with YouTube, but there's been so many updates and changes lately. For some reason, our videos and our reach for our videos has just absolutely tanked. It's really odd that I'll make one video and it will be 100,000 views, and then I'll turn around and make a similar video on that topic and it'll get 100 or 200 views. So it's a little bit weird. We push on. What can you do? You know, we're happy that you folks here watch and enjoy the content. And I've always held that subscribers and view counts are kind of a vanity number. And that is kind of the point of the live stream here also. Like I started off telling you back by the trailer, I am here more to try and provide some value to whoever thinks that what I'm covering is interesting or useful. And you know what? As long as that's going on, I don't care if it's one person, if it's 10 people, or 100,000. If anyone finds some value in this and learns something, I'm happy at the end of the day. I don't need a bunch of viewers. We don't need a bunch of subscribers. We would like to bring you as much information as fast as possible, but we all have day jobs, so it's hard to do that sometimes on YouTube. We are going to keep on keeping on and doing the best we can. And of course, whatever you want to see or whatever you prefer seeing, whether it's the Lake Mead updates, off-roading, mining, rock hounding, whatever it is, let us know so that we can make more of it, because we have to really focus our time on YouTube in the coming year. And I'll check in the chat here. Let's see. Chris says, what's the water temperature? Let's see here. Chris wants to know. I'm going to say, oh, it is actually warmer than I expected. I'm going to go ahead and say the water temperature is feeling about 65, 70 maybe there. It feels warm today. It has been, weather has been pretty seasonal. Not extremely hot or extremely cold or anything. We've just been loving the fall so far. We just haven't had a chance to be out on the lake because, like I said, we have been gone all over Nevada, and kind of caught a little bit of bug up in Virginia City and Carson City and Gardnerville and that whole area. Wow, I went up there, and you would never think that Nevada could look like that. It reminds me of back when my granddad used to watch Bonanza on the TV. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about, but my grandpappy used to love Bonanza. Maybe that's why I'm out here in the West, just wandering off in the desert looking for stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's the bug that caught me. But my granddad used to love Bonanza, and that was actually shot up near Virginia City here in Nevada. So we went up in that area, and I caught the bug because it is so beautiful up there. I'm hoping that we can do more videos and explorations up that way. Lots of history up that way. And they have Lake Tahoe too, which is an interesting reservoir to cover. But for now, we aren't going to leave you without your Lake Mead coverage. We're going to continue with boots on the ground from here at Lake Mead. Occasionally I'll come down here, look for boat wrecks. Or if you rather just have like a data-driven lake update with strictly the numbers and what's going on, I could do that too. It just all depends what you want to see. Like I said, I got to focus my time on YouTube this coming year because life is getting a little bit hectic, and it's really hard to keep up with the AI on YouTube these days. The AI channels will release sometimes 2, 3, 5 videos a day. You know, how can a human compete with that? I can't sit behind a computer 24 hours a day for a week straight and release videos. So competition is becoming tight for views. And if you're wondering why you don't see our channel, I think that's a lot of the reason. The content stream is getting flooded. And I have seen a lot of AI Lake Mead channels. There's one called Water Update. There's another one called like Lake Level. They're just very generic, and it will be just graphics on a screen with an AI voice. But apparently those videos are doing really good. So I don't know, maybe I just can't crack the AI code. I don't know. Either way, AI ain't gonna break me down. I got true grit. I will be out here at the lake, boots on the ground. You show me an AI that's gonna come out here when it's 120 degrees, hike off in the middle of the canyon over there, and show you some weird relic that was left behind 80 years ago. AI ain't gonna do that. And so I hope to preserve in the end. Yep, so we had someone here in the comments say, Don Brecker, haven't seen your videos in quite a while, was wondering what happened. And Don, that's odd, because you are not the first person to say that. In fact, our Adventure Club members, who are channel members, like Dawn, shout out to Dawn, she says sometimes she doesn't get our updates either. So that's really weird. It's almost like you're not only fighting against AI, but you're fighting against YouTube recommending your channel. So I don't know. I try not to let that all affect me too much. I try and just kind of make content that I think is going to be interesting or useful. And if it doesn't do well, oh well, move on to the next one. And I'm sure if it was really terrible, I think I can count on you folks to let me know. I think you all know that I am not going to get butthurt easily, because you can check my comments and see the way I've built this channel is by listening to what people want to hear and telling me what's bad about it. And, you know, oh, your sound is terrible here, you got this fact wrong or that fact wrong. I do read these comments and I take it all to heart, and I try and improve so I can be just a little bit better at the next video. And I hope sometimes it shows. Sometimes it might not, because I just rush things out in this AI craze that's going on. But we are going to do our best. And as we continue into the next year, we are also hoping to link up and do some product collaborations, maybe even get out here on the water. Who knows? Maybe a kayak, maybe some e-bikes. So please don't get confused when you see random content pop up on our channel. Just know it's all tied in together. And if you go through our videos, I think you'll understand a little bit better about that. But for someone who just casually comes to the channel and sees one video, for instance, if you see this lake live stream, you might think, oh, this person is covering Las Vegas and Lake Mead, and that's all they do, Colorado River. And then you might get recommended a ghost town video or something, and you say, this is out of left field. What are these people doing? Have they lost their minds? Well, no, we haven't. It's just, that's all our genre, folks. We're based out of the Southwest here. And when you come down to somewhere like Lake Mead here, start poking around, start finding history, start finding cool rocks, wondering what they are. You start getting into rock hounding and on and on and on. And it just kind of bites you. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, you end up with our YouTube channel where there's all kinds of stuff going on. So don't get confused, just come along for the journey. And the best thing you can do is let us know what you like to see and what you don't like to see, not only with your clicks, but also in the viewer poll section. Because if you go on our homepage and go to the community section, I put up viewer polls all the time asking what you want to see. And that is not just so I can find something to keep me busy. I actually do look at those and go through them. And there's one up there right now if you're interested. And it's really dark because we're heading back to the trailer. Hold on. We're heading back up to Miss Mojo here, up to the trailer. Hi there, Miss Mojo. We just did a little waterline walk.
I did. I was listening to you to make sure it sounded nice.
Oh, you're in there too. Good thing. Look, I got a stalker up here.
Quiet, guys. Shh.
Yeah.
Incognito.
Some people were asking why they haven't seen our videos in quite a while. And you know, I tell them, like, I wish I had an answer for you. Like, what is YouTube doing?
Blame it on YouTube.
We do, I know. Shh. Don't bite the hand that feeds. But don't bite the hand that feeds, Mrs. Mojo. Without saying too much, folks, what she's trying to say is we have been branching out a lot lately. Don't think that we haven't noticed that YouTube has been acting wonky. That's been since about...
A lot of creators are having this.
Yeah, a lot of creators are going through it right now. It's causing a lot of issues. A lot of people, you know, they depend on their channel, and if it breaks down, it causes mental health issues and whatnot. And I don't know if you know this or not, but totally unrelated to the lake, but here in Las Vegas, we had 2 strip influencers. Not like strip club, I mean Las Vegas Strip, as they go to the Las Vegas Strip and they review everything down there. We stay away from the strip. Up there, we stay out here at the lake because we don't do the casino thing. We spend too much of our lives in the casino. So
we work down there at one point.
Yeah. So, but nevertheless, the point is we had 2 Las Vegas Strip creators who were covering the strip. And I don't know if anyone saw this, but one of them ended up on a live stream. Nonetheless, just like we are right here, on a live stream, walked up to him on the strip and shot him, and he passed away. It was a feud between 2 Las Vegas creators, and what it boiled down to was what I just said. The one was having issues with their channel. The other guy, to try and spite him, copyright striked his channel and took down his video, which was basically like the guy's livelihood. That was such a hit to that guy that he went crazy and went and tracked down the other YouTuber on a live stream. So when YouTube tells you that they're trying to help creators and doing the best for them and everything, just know that there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes at YouTube corporate that no one that is not a creator, they usually don't hear about this stuff. But I can tell you of some wild allegations that go on, and we will not get into that right here because that's not what this video is, but let's just leave it at this. The reason the trailer is down here and this new lithium battery is over here is because we are branching out a whole lot this year. Okay, we're looking at other platforms, we're looking at other collaborations, we're looking at local networks. I am looking at everything to expand our reach here. And hopefully our coverage of the lake, because I think I could probably produce a periodic segment for someone, maybe local news, or someone who's interested in the water situation. I think I could probably produce a periodic segment for them instead to get the word out a little bit better, because it can be kind of disheartening when I spend a week and a half on a Lake Mead video and only 100 people watch it, when I know we have some, 18,000 subscribers.
19 now, guys.
Oh yeah, good job.
19,000.
Thank you, everyone.
That's crazy.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone out there, for watching. Like I said earlier down by the lake, I said subscribers are a vanity metric. I truly believe that. But at the same time, it doesn't mean...
We're still thankful, though.
Yeah, at the same time, it still doesn't mean that we don't appreciate it. And
it's just a bummer.
I know there are a lot of dedicated viewers who have been there from the start, and we do notice this stuff, okay? We are not AI. You can see, here's Miss Mojo. Hold on. I'll flip it around. Look. Oh, let me go towards the sun. Yeah. There we go. Here I am. See, I'm not a robot. Look.
We're live.
Look, YouTube, don't throttle me. I'm a real human. I come down here to the lake and punish myself in the hot weather to bring you lake updates.
And almost die of heat stroke. No, just kidding.
Yeah,
not really. We're just well equipped.
It gets pretty brutal down here. Right now it's perfect. So we're down here doing our little trailer update, but it does get brutal. So YouTube, look.
We're real.
Humans,
we're not AI.
Hi, no AI. Don't throttle me anymore,
I have a
please.
pulse, I promise. Those AI videos lately, the last couple weeks, have been really sketchy, though. They're getting realer and realer. Is that a word?
Yeah. So and now they have the AI video generators, so you don't even have to come down here to Lake Mead. You could just say, go on Mojo Adventures channel, compile all that video that he took over all those years and make it into an AI Lake Mead update, and then that's that. Well, nevertheless, I don't want to sound like a squeaky wheel over here, because I already told you, I don't give a flying flip. I'm going to keep going.
Have fun and
That's right.
Document our adventures to maybe inspire you guys to get outside, or if you can't get outside, we'll go for you, so you get to live with us.
That's right. Yeah. So we will keep coming down here to Lake Mead for you. If you feel like you're missing out, we're not doing it enough, go in the comments and go on the poll and say, hey, get your butt down to Lake Mead. Things are happening. Just let us know.
Yep.
All right.
We don't mind. We like chatting.
No, not at all. Yeah. So.
But it's true. And then Chris said, look for comments. Actually, you can see sometimes, even though the city lights get really crazy on the other side of the mountain behind us, you can still see shooting stars out here. I mean, we see it from our house in Henderson, even though we have such light pollution here in southern Nevada.
Yeah, who said that?
Huh?
Who said that one?
Chris Ramos. He said, look for comments.
Chris Ramos. Oh yeah, I see it. He said you're supposed to be able to see 2 of them tonight. So
really?
Chris, the funny thing is, oh, excuse me there, I have a little indigestion. The funny thing is, we'll always look for when they say on the news, like, oh, tonight, so-and-so, once in 100 years, look up at the sky. We'll always look up for that, or like come down, or, you know, go out in the desert and look and not see anything. But if we're like down here right now randomly just talking or relaxing, we'll see shooting stars like crazy.
Or like when they shoot up satellites for like
that's another thing. Yeah, the Starlink. We see the Starlink over here. Yeah,
it's behind us. California's behind us. We're facing east right now.
Yeah,
but yep.
Well, so
I didn't know that.
I would like to see one of those actual comets, but it doesn't seem like we ever catch them when they're actually happening.
No, it's always like sporadic and we're never ready.
Or what you need to do is go to Pahrump, or right outside Death Valley, like Tacoma, or somewhere like that, so you can get a little darker skies, because there's a lot of light pollution from Las Vegas here.
Yeah, but you can still see like shooting stars here and there. It's just, you gotta go a little further out sometimes.
Yeah, so hope everyone's been doing good. I know we have been slacking on the videos lately, but there's been a lot going on outside of YouTube. And like I said, I've been trying to build stuff outside of YouTube because it's proving to be very unreliable. And I don't want to lose all the folks that watch the channel, like those of you in the comment that say you aren't getting recommended our stuff anymore. I don't want people to think we disappeared on them. So we're going to get ourselves syndicated. And if you haven't seen yet, I also started a podcast on the other channel. It's a little type of Midnight in the Mojave thing, kind of like Art Bell used to do. If any of you are a fan of Art Bell out of Pahrump, Nevada, Midnight in the Desert, Coast to Coast AM, discussing everything that we don't discuss on our main channel. If you like that, go ahead and check out the B-roll channel, which is on YouTube at Mojo-Adventures. Our original channel is at Mojo.Adventures, and the secondary backup channel is at Mojo-Adventures.
Yep.
So you can check that out too if you want. What you're going to see, if you do, is that I set up a little podcasting station back here on the actual trailer. And so look, I told them I'm not trying to give too much stuff away on what we're setting up, but we'll give them a little hint because it's a live stream and it's gonna go to
pop over there.
Yeah,
anyway,
well, it's gonna go to members only once I'm done, so only members will be able to see it. So I set up a little podcast station on the back galley here, and my goal is eventually to take this podcast on the road that I was doing in the garage. I'm hoping to take it on the road to some interesting places, maybe some historical sites, some living ghost towns. You know, ask how people are living, ask how they ended up there, ask what they love about living there and why they are choosing to live the life they do way out remote areas of Nevada. I just find this stuff really interesting, and I think a lot of our viewers will too. So I'm trying to get the podcast, mobile podcast, set up here so we can take that on the road and maybe even do some mobile Lake Mead updates, because we have not been over to the more remote parts of the lake over here by South Cove and Temple Bar.
Arizona side.
Yeah, on the east side of the lake, we haven't been over there. So got some things planned for the future on and off YouTube. So if you see a trailer update coming up, that's going to be coming. Don't get confused. It's still part of Mojo Adventures. This is how we bring you all that cool footage from out in the middle of nowhere. So
it's our little house.
You're just going to get to see kind of how everything works. Moving forward, not only the lake updates, but you're going to see how we get out to places, what we do when we're out there, how we lodge, what we do for food, for camping, for the restroom, how we get unstuck after we get stuck, how we find ghost towns, all kinds of interesting stuff, because everything you see here is related to that, whether you realize it or not. I know sitting behind the screen there, you must just think, oh, they're just, you know, they must just live at Lake Mead and they wake up and walk out their back door and go to Lake Mead. Well, no, it's not quite like that. So we do a lot of groundwork getting to these locations and finding a lot of this stuff in the trailer, and some of the other stuff we cover, like the ghost towns, they're gonna put that all those puzzle pieces together, and it's going to show you the picture of our entire channel. And I just hope, like I said before, that we can provide some value or some interesting information to people as this channel grows and progresses. And we're just glad you're all here for that. So, and no, those aren't comments, Chris. This is Friday night in Vegas. So
yeah, that's the lineup.
Yeah, this is the line of flights. They'll come all the way over and then head all the way that way into the city. Yep. So that's our line of flights. No UFOs out here tonight. At least I haven't seen any yet.
some of those East Coasters coming in.
Yeah, and I just wanted to pop on the live stream before it got too dark, which it is already too dark, and I'm
Probably
wondering
can't
if,
even see us.
yeah, I'm wondering if anyone can even see anything, but we did get a little live stream in here, so.
Yeah, but nice to pop in and say hi to y'all.
Yeah.
It's spooky week next week.
Oh
Get
yeah, that's
ready
right.
for the kids and all the trick-or-treaters, because we are.
Yep.
We're so excited. We love
And
spooky
don't
time.
forget about the spooky special, the haunted pioche special
Yeah,
from
if
me
you guys
exploring the
haven't
mill.
watched,
Yeah.
do it.
I just put that one up also. I know that's another thing that's kind of oddball outside of the lake, but I did go in a big abandoned mill up in Pioche, Nevada, that I've had an obsession with that mill since I saw it. It's just so big, looming over the landscape. And once we get inside, it was everything I expected. There was so much stuff left over. Don't you love going places
And
when
it's
you go
actually left
inside,
untouched.
everything is in there. People don't break everything or steal everything. Like you go to some of these locations and it's like old man Walter just left
Yeah.
his shift the other day. And that's part of what I love about this area of the
It's
country.
frozen in time.
You can find things in the desert that are literally frozen in time. And back the other kind of exploring I used to do, like urbex, when you explore in the city places, oftentimes what you're just going to find is broken stuff and graffiti and theft, and it's just kind of depressing. So we do like seeing all the history out in the desert, and we are glad we're here, and we are also glad you're here. So thank you, everyone. Don't forget to go check on that poll in the community
Check out
community
our
post.
spooky-
Vote in the poll. Yep. And you can also, a new feature from YouTube, if you're on mobile, you can actually post on our community page. So if you have a post you want to share, or a picture of the lake or something cool, you can actually share your media and your post on our community page. So we'd love to have you over there too. All these new features. Thank you, everyone. Everyone that's in here. Chris, good talking to you too. He said he used to be a truck driver, 33 years. So, loved Art
thank
Bell.
you
There
for
you
your
go.
service.
Oh, see, the truck drivers know. Yep, he kept them going, didn't
You
he?
guys were running strong.
Art Bell, yeah,
Yeah.
keep the mind working at night. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Chris. Truckers,
All the miles you put in.
yep, backbone of America right there. No one really realizes what a tough job that can become.
It's very wearing on the body.
Yeah, so we are glad for you, and we are also glad for Art Bell that he was there to get all those midnight runners through. And I hope to maybe channel a little bit of his energy with this podcast. I'm just getting started, so don't expect too much, but we also love the viewer feedback. So if you have a weird desert mystery or some
Encounter with
odd
some
story,
aliens.
some alien, we even
Little
covered
green people.
possible supernatural stuff happening at Lake Mead. If you have anything like that, that's what For the Midnight in the Mojave podcast is. So go ahead and put your input in there, and we can help grow that podcast together. Eventually I'm going to start taking callers just like Art did, and we're going to have a fun little time in the desert.
Yep, so make sure you join us.
Yep.
Yay. Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Yep. Before we go, as always, shout out to our Adventure Club members, Dawn and Sammy Head. And thank you also for the super thanks. You all rock. Thank you for keeping us going when YouTube doesn't. You all keep us motivated and keep us behind the camera here. Even on days that I don't want to come out here, you keep me going. So we appreciate all of you. Thank you, Chris, and everyone else for jumping in the chat tonight. And we will see you all soon. Let's get them flipped around, and we will say night, night.
Nighty night.
Oh, there we go. We did the double flip. Oh, you can't see
Yeah,
us.
it's
Okay,
so
well,
dark,
you know,
guys.
you
I
get
don't
what you
even
get,
know.
folks. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Mojo Adventures.
Bye.
Cheers.